Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be looking at a band I've not heard of before. This was recommended to me on a previous video. It was either, I can't remember exactly what it was either when I looked at Love Bites or The Warning, I think it was under one of those videos, I'm sure of it. But someone suggested I look at a band called the Sixsters. Never heard of them before. So, you know, as is my usual thing, I decided to look up, see if I could find out more about who they are. And it says here, the Sixsters is a Ukrainian girl rock band established in 2018 by Katerina Kuzyakina. I probably pronounced that horribly, and I do apologise if I had. In a small town near Kiev in the Ukraine. Over a period of 4 years, the band participated in the Ukrainian rock scene. The band's name, the Sixsters, is a testament to the close bond shared amongst the 5 members. Okay. In 2022, the Russian invasion of Ukraine significantly impacted the band's members' lives. Some members left the country early on, while others sought refuge in bomb shelters amidst the conflict. The band members found themselves dispersed across different countries. Despite the uncertainty of the situation, each member held on to the hope of reuniting with the band. Later in 2022, the members of the Sixsters managed to reunite in Essen, Germany. The band has stated their intent to use their music to raise awareness about the situation in their homeland, including efforts towards providing temporary housing for displaced Ukrainians. So there you go. So they've been around since 2018, so they're not that old of a band, you know, they're fairly recent. They've been going, about 6 years? And, you know, they seem to be quite dedicated to each other, which is quite nice, you know, and they worked through a difficult conflict just to try and make sure that they stayed together, which is nice. And, you know, they're determined to raise awareness about what's going on in their home country, which is an absolute travesty. And the fact that certain people have decided that, you know, they don't want anything to do with it and they're going to mind their own bloody business is just disgusting and pathetic. You know, and it's not the first time, is it? I mean, about a year or two, maybe 3 ago, we looked at Motanka, another band from Ukraine, and their song Verba, where they were talking about a previous time when a certain regime decided to invade their country and tried to overtake, you know. So this isn't anything new to the country, and it's unfortunate that history keeps repeating itself. But anyway, the track I was asked to look at was a track called For Us, For Me. I've got lyrics here. I'm hoping they're going to be accurate. And, yeah, I'm not sure what to expect, because within this research that I did, it says at the top it's a Ukrainian girl rock band, but further down it says it's a punk rock band. So what exactly the genre style of music is, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what we're here to find out, isn't it? So I think we'll just jump into this and see what we've got. But before we do that, if you could just take a moment to like and subscribe if you haven't already, it would really, really mean the world to me. You know, I've been doing this for about 6 or so years now, and not even 3% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed, which is a little bit disheartening. So, you know, if you could like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes a fraction of a second and would make all the difference to me and the channel. But anyway, with that being said, let's jump into this track and see what we've got. So this is For Us, For Me by the Sixsters. Let's have a look.
Sunset has gone already, and I can feel it barely. I'm too old so I can rest. I dive into nowhere. Steps are getting slower, thoughts like prayers. God will you forgive me? Steps are getting slower, thoughts like prayers. God will you forgive me? betrayed and broken as well, left in hole without the light. How should I escape? No way, no way, no way to feel safe. Treat me right, hold me tight. You'll never know how long I've been searching for life again. Words of strength, stumbling, I'm going up, but anyway, falling off the edge. For us, for me, there is nothing more to say. For us, for me, there is nothing more to say. Say he's so hurt. For us, for me, there is nothing more to say. For us, for me, there is nothing more to say. Sanity is so
Well, there you go. For Us, For Me, by the Sixsters. Pretty good. I mean, it's a very sort of ballad-like song throughout most of the track. You know, it starts off with the sort of piano and the sort of soft ballad-like vocal performance, but there is more sort of rock elements towards the end. I'd be interested, put a weird emphasis on that word. I'd be interested to see some more of their work where it's possibly more rock centric. I mean, like when I read it, it said, you know, they're a girl rock band, and later on it said they are a punk rock band. So I'm guessing this is an outlier of a track compared to their other material. I'm not entirely sure. So I would be interested to see some other of their work which leans more into the rock side of thing. But that being said, it's still a good track. You know, the lead singer obviously has a good voice. She's got a fairly powerful voice, not the most powerful one I've heard, but she's still got a good commanding voice as a lead vocalist. So, you know, a good performance. And musically, again, a good performance, you know, because you've got this sort of soft, sort of ballad-like piano, the soft sort of guitars, the light sort of hi-hat rides going through the... rides isn't the right word, but you know what I mean. You know, throughout the melodic part of the song, and then it goes into the heavier side, and you've got all the guitar work, you know, which has got a typical sort of rock sort of sound to it, you know, a little bit of a solo thrown in there. You know, it sounded good. I liked it. It sounded good. It's quite a short song as well, really, I think. But anyway, lyric-wise, it's also quite short, and it just sounds like someone struggling with a relationship of some kind, whether it be a romantic relationship, whether it just be a friendship, or if it could just be talking about a people or a person in general with a relationship with a wider audience as a whole. I'm not entirely certain. So it goes, even sunset is gone already, and I can feel it barely. Empty walls, white canvas, I dive into nowhere. Steps are getting slower, thoughts like prayers, God will you forgive me. Steps are getting slower, thoughts like prayers, God will you forgive me. So sunset is gone already. So it's like when you reach the sort of end of a relationship, again, whether it be a friendship, a romantic relationship, or, you know, any kind of relationship, really, there's that sort of the sun is setting on this friendship, this relationship, meaning it is coming to an end. So they've said the sunset is gone already, so the relationship has broken down. It is gone. Whether, again, like it be a romantic relationship or a friendship, or, you know, it could even be, you know, well, with what we've read earlier, it could even be to do with the country as a whole, you know, the Ukraine, you know, the relationship with Russia or surrounding countries has already failed, it's come to an end, that sort of thing. So, you know, I try not to lean too far into political things, because I don't like talking about politics, because I think it's all a bunch of bollocks, you know, it's all corrupt and bullshit. So this is just seems to be talking about a relationship in general, and it's very unspecified. But, you know, the sunset has gone already, so what has been has gone already. It has come to an end already. It is gone. I can feel it barely, so, like, struggling to feel the remnants of what that relationship once was. You know, it is gone, so it has disappeared so utterly that they're forgetting what that relationship felt like, possibly. Thoughts like prayers, God, will you forgive me? I'm not entirely sure there. Anyway, carries on. Betrayed and broken as well, left in a hole without light. How should I escape? No way, no way, no way to feel safe. So, betrayed and broken, again, you know, however this relationship, again, whether it be friendship, romantic or otherwise, you know, they feel betrayed and broken. They've been let down by this person, left in a hole without light, so they find themselves in a dark place, possibly with no immediate signs of how to escape. You know, she says there, how should I escape? You know, they can't see any way out of this situation. You know, they've been left hurt, broken, abandoned, left in a dark place that they can't escape from. There's no way to feel safe. That could talk to many different things, but it could speak very, very directly about the way their country is. Treat me right, hold me tight, you'll never know how long I've been searching for love and care, words and strength. Stumbling, I'm going up, but anyway falling off the edge. That's a weird way of wording that line, but, you know, treat me right, hold me tight. They're just looking for someone who will actually care for them. Again, whether it be friendship, romantic, or the country as a whole. You know, treat me right, hold me tight. You'll never know how long I've been searching for love and care. You know, we've been struggling for so long. I've been struggling for so long. You know, you have no idea how long I've been trying to find someone who will actually help and support. You know, I've been looking for this for a long time. I've been looking for help and support. I've been looking for someone that will take care of me, you know, someone that will actually care about the struggles I am going through, or we as a people are going through. You know, words and strength, you know, rather than just sort of sitting back and being like, yeah, you know, you'll manage, you know, rather than doing that, you know, someone who's actually going to come in and be supportive, you know, be a shoulder for them to lean on, you know, be a pillar of strength for them as they try and get back on their feet, sort of thing. Stumbling, I'm going up, but anyway falling off the edge. So, you know, they're trying to find their way out, but, you know, they stumble, they fall every time they make progress, because bad things keep happening, possibly. I don't know. For us, for me, there's nothing more to say. For us, for me, there's nothing more to say. Sanity is odd here. Again, that's a very weird last line, but again, that could just be the language barrier between the Ukraine. You know, it might just be that they meant something, and the words they used might not necessarily make sense to us in the native speaking languages. But for us, for me, there's nothing more to say. So for us, possibly as a people, or for us as a couple, for me personally, there's nothing more to say. You know, what we've had is gone, it's ruined. You know, I've got nothing more to say. Nothing more to say to you. You've ruined everything. I need to move on from this. Sanity is odd here, so that could be like the state of mind. You know, it's confusing. You know, it's like my mind is messed up. You know, I'm sort of teetering on the edge of losing my shit, because, you know, we once had something great, or we once were supportive of each other. We were once a great sort of pairing, but now things have gone all fucked up, and I can't understand why, and it's messing with my head. That could be what that's sort of saying. And then that gets repeated again. For us, for me, there's nothing more to say. For us, for me, there's nothing more to say. Sanity is odd here. and that's it. So, they are essentially talking about a relationship of some kind. It's pretty much undefined exactly what kind of relationship it is. It's just a relationship where they had a relationship, it has gone, their support has gone, the person they relied on has disappeared, and they find themselves in a dark hole, struggling to find a way out, and all they're looking for is someone to help them out of it, And like I said, that could apply to friendship, romantic, or even the people as a whole from their country, because, they are struggling. So, I like the way that it is actually so vague, because I've said this millions of times with millions of other videos, music has a great way of being interpreted many different ways by many different people. I've mentioned that Dave Grohl tweet, quote many times, where he said, you can sing a song to 80,000 people and they will sing it back to you for 80,000 different reasons, because everybody resonates differently with the meaning of that song, So they've left it deliberately vague here, so you could apply it to a friendship, a romantic relationship, or the struggles of a people, a country, or a culture as a whole. So it's quite vague, but it still has an impactful and profound meaning behind it. It's like, we once had something strong, we once had something that was important, and now it's gone, and I'm all fucked up about it. I'm stuck, I can't find a way out, I'm in a dark place, I'm struggling. So it's got an overall meaning that can encompass several different things, and I like it. As I said, for the performance, I like it. The vocal performance was good. Like I said, she got a relatively strong voice. It's not the most impactful and strong female vocal performance I've heard. But again, this could be an outlier of a song, because, like, for the most part of the track, it was a ballad-like track. So whether there's a lot heavier tracks they've got, I don't know. If anybody can suggest some for me to look at, then please do so, because I will be intrigued to hear possibly more of their mainstream more of their regular sort of stuff, because I can only imagine that this is an outlier of a track, with it being a mostly ballad-like track. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. A lot of their music might sound like this. I don't know. And that's what I want to find out, because I've always said, I don't want to judge a band just by one example of their work, because for all I know, that one song that I listen to could be either that could possibly be the worst track that they've ever released, or it could be the best track they've ever released, and everything else pales in comparison. I like to get an overall idea of what a band sounds like before I'll be too judgmental, as it were, about a band. But musically, they performed brilliantly. It sounded very, very good. I really liked it. It was a very good piece of music, and I would be very much intrigued to see some more of their work. But I don't know what else I can say on that as it is, so I will leave that as it is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like or a subscribe if you haven't already. It would really, really mean the world to me. I've been doing this for about 6 years, and not even 3% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed, and that is a little disheartening, because I like to think I do something a little differently. I like to talk about the songs, I like to talk about the lyrics, I like to talk about the meanings and themes within the songs, and very few, if any, other YouTube reaction channel actually does that. And, recently I've had a few people telling me, why are you reading the lyrics? What are you doing? Nobody's interested in that. And, well, this is the thing. This is why I do what I do. Because there's this massive misunderstanding about heavy metal and rock music. People seem to think that it's all evil. It's about violence. It's about aggression. It's about murder, sacrifice, etc. And that's just simply not true. And I want to try and rectify that. I want to open people's minds to what these songs are about, because of the close to 900 songs that I've looked at, most of them have had real world meanings, talking about depression, anxiety, homelessness, homeless veterans, mental illnesses and stuff like that. They've had real world, deep, profound meanings, and people are just skimming over these because they immediately hear loud, chunky, aggressive guitars and, more often than not, harsh growled vocals, and they immediately think violence, murder, gore, that sort of thing. And that's just simply not the case. And that's why I do what I do. And the fact that other people are telling me how to run my channel is a little bit weird. Someone actually pointed that out, mentioned that in one of my comments. It's like, these people are telling you how to run your channel. It's a little bit strange, it's, if they don't like it, they don't have to watch it, and that's fair enough. If you don't like the way I do things, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. But I want to do something different and explore and start a conversation about what the songs mean, because that interests me, and I think it's something that goes criminally under-investigated. People don't talk about what the songs mean, the meanings behind it, because there are some songs that do have really deep, profound and important meanings behind them, such as a song I mentioned earlier, Verba by Motanka. They're talking about a horrendous tragedy that befell their country. I had never heard of it before until I looked at that song. And it was a mass tragedy. I'd never even heard of it. It's something I never even knew happened. And that educated me. It actually intrigued me to look it up and find out more. And this is why I do what I do. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. That is fine. But no need to be a dick about it. But anyway, if you could like and subscribe, it would really, really help me out. It would make the hugest difference to me. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes a fraction of a second, but does make the biggest difference to the channel. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I've got for you today. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.